Okay. Welcome to my Megacon 2024 haul and thoughts. You may notice basically I look a bit tired. Well, there's a reason for that. I was exhausted. Well, by the time I finally left the con, it was complete exhaustion for me, well, physically and financially. I'm not going to go into how much basically I spent because it's quite embarrassing. And just a lesson basically to balance my budget better on how much to spend. That's the thing. There was one thing I was not planning on getting, but it just happened to be that way. But we'll get to basically what that is. Well, I should point out though about my drive to and from there. To there was perfectly fine. Though I did have to avoid it, it was on the highway. On the way up was not that bad. On the way back was embarrassing. Where I got lost, had to go to a toll booth. Um, Also, the fact that I have a technical issue, which I'm not going to get into that right now, and yeah, but by the time I got to a certain point, and a couple times I had to make stops to the bathroom on my back. One because I just happened at a gas station. At one point, I was about to hit my particular turn, was almost home. I couldn't hold any longer, so I had to pull over the side of the road and basically go to the bathroom right there. Yes, I'm sure some people may have done this in the past, so for me, it's embarrassing to talk about this, but that's what happened. But what about the con itself? Well, for one thing, I had to carry a bag with me because I had lost the sign. So about halfway through the con, basically hit my weekly activity because my Fitbit I have. Yes, so I burnt today while I was there 7,899 calories. Yeah, I burned a lot of calories today. Oh my gosh, it was a lot. It was also 31 floors. That's how much across the distance, 4.05 miles. Activity zone. This is a big thing. Also on Fitbit. 400 and right now, 493 of 22. Yes, and that's for the whole week in one day. Yes, so I got stuff. I got more to the side. I bought very little when I was there. I bought 7 trades. Of course, bought autographs, obviously, but physical things to bring home. Just mostly just 7 trades and a picture. That was it. I spent more money on basically getting autographs, and if you're gonna ask how much I spent, I am not going to say how much I spent because it is embarrassing. Because every single comic creator I went to, I think except for one, I had to pay for every single one. Because all comic creators charge per book. So, I'm thinking basically, I had to think a couple things. Number one, if I bring them out of books again, bring a suitcase. And number two, another thing was to limit the books to one book per person. So I'm not spending a lot of money. Okay, we're first going to start with the 3 anime voice actors. I met Katie Higgins first time. Great, got a chance to meet her. I only just got an autograph. I did not get a combo with her because I figured way too much for me. So I just got her. I just got from basically, let's see. Yep, it's that one right there. That's what's going to get you right there, Katie Higgins. Yep, absolutely great person to meet. I talked to her about Bleach, the fact about Urahara, where she's got the scar. She was actually quite surprised to see that. She didn't remember this movie very much because she thought this movie was a game. Yes, seriously. She actually said that. Yeah, and she didn't exactly remember the movie very much at all, but I did remember a particular scene of her character basically destroying a giant puppet with one hand with a monster strength. Great person to meet. I did get a chance. I did see Sailor Moon Crystal, and also she does know about the difference for Kapachi between the first actor and the second actor. She did a great job. I even told her that she did a great job voicing Urahara. Was she surprised he got cut off? Yeah, she was surprised. So I'm glad the fact it wasn't gruesome. All right. At once, this one got the sign by Hestia's voice actress, Lucy Christian. Yeah, very happy. Of course, she called it by Arana Demachi. She was very happy. I even explained to her this, why the 4th season was as long as it was. because the fourth season was 22 episodes, due to the fact half the season that's from one book, because book 14 was 400 pages, like over 400 pages. That was simply the reason for it. And finally, I got the sign, if I can find it here, right there. Got the sign by Colleen Hooker because she voices one of the girls in the series. So, I even told Lucy this too. With Colleen, there's like roughly 2 more girls to get their voice actors to sign for this one. Because I got Arya, I got Rangiku, and Rangiku. I think it was Arya, obviously. And I've also got this one. And, of course, basically the Joan of Arc one, Colleen. And, well, all that's left is her, this lady right here, and the one who voices Riki. Yep. And along with Todd Eppercorn and, like, 1 or 2 others, I got pretty much almost the entire dub cast this one. Yep. Yeah, Colleen didn't exactly remember this one, but she definitely was in it. Yep. Alright. Now, this was the thing that I was not expecting to get there, but just happened to see him there. I got this from his actor, who was there. That's Tyzon from Operation Overdrive. I did not expect to meet him. Nope, did not expect it at all. He just was just like, oh, I just walked by and oh look, there he is. And he looked a little different, but yeah, he did confirm that he is the same actor. He just looked a little older. Yeah, he looked like very much aged. Like, we talked a little about the Sentai, where basically Bokench came from. We talked about the counterpart to this movie, this 2-part episode. Yeah. Yeah, and apparently, and this has been confirmed by several of the Barringer actors. Apparently, the actors from Down Thunder do not do cons. Because I'm interested. Kira's a singer. The one who plays the Red Ranger, he is a director. And not sure what the actor who played the blue one's up to nowadays. Alright. This one here, I got the sign by Jackson Loring. Did not see, he was not there at the booth. Colin Kelly. Yeah, there was 7 people I didn't get a chance to go together from due to the fact they weren't there. Or somebody just couldn't find them. Like, Colin Kelly, he wasn't there. He basically went to someplace. Francis Melpo, I did see him. Did not get an autograph from him due to the fact he had a line. Jeff Johns had way too long of a line. Let's see. There was Young Perdick. I didn't get a chance to get an autograph from him. Mike Grohl, could not find him. Clayton Crane, could not find him. Philip K. Johnson, this was really weird for him. The website says he was be there. I get to his table. He wasn't there. Nope, was not there at all. I had a couple things from him to sign. He just simply just was not there at all for no reason. There was a lot of people I couldn't find because they were in the area or just simply wasn't looking hard enough. That was simply the reason. This I bought from the IDW booth, the company that publishes this very book. Yep. I'm not going to mention how much I spent on it, but this is what I bought for them. Yep. These next few books, I got this next book here I got from a booth. I got the Q Conflict. Now this one I will brag how much I spent on this one. It was a deal, 4 for 20. Yep. I got New Ages of Atlas. Legion. Yes, this Legion miniseries, not the Legacy ongoing. War of the Realms Giant Men, which is going to be interesting to discuss this one. And Thanos, the Infinity Conflict. Okay, more stuff here. This, I got this from the cosplayer who plays Vampirella. Yep. Great lady to talk to. She's very lovely, too. I didn't tell her, but she was a very lovely woman. Took very care of herself. This, I got the sign by Tom King and Mitch Gerard. This one here, got the sign by Jackson Loring. He was very appreciative. Like, I got my hands on this, plus of course the rest of the run in trade. Great guy to meet. Apparently he says he didn't write the Deathstroke Annual, even though he's credited as that, which is kind of weird. And apparently the country that's from decided to do other stuff with it. And of course, this feature also in Outsiders Volume 5. He did tell me this, that book would not get any more members. It's just basically the three. And they have their Batwoman, Batwing, and he also is not going to be a sequel to Planetary. The Star Trek, he has a lot of fun with that one. Just checking something here. Yeah, my Discord finally came up, and there's a lot of yeah, give me just a minute here. I'm had to quickly catch up with some notifications because my Discord had like 9 plus. Yes, seriously, like 9 plus. Oh gosh. One at frickin' 6. Because I was gone all day. Okay. There we go. Now I've caught up. Yep, now I've caught up. Yep. Sorry about that. I had to catch up because basically it was bothering me. I had like 9 plus mentions. So. Alright. This I got signed by Tom King. And I guessed right. Basically, this book was a love letter to first issue special. Yep. Two of the books I got here purchased was Legion of X. This, I believe, is just I think this might be one of the 2 volumes of one. Titans Family Reunion. Looking forward to reviewing that one because I'm reviewing Titans 1 too soon. Oh, and don't worry, I still have more stuff here. This I got signed by Cool Furry. Great guy, right there. This signature next to Dr. Strange's foot. Until the book is amazing. This one got signed by Jim Shooter. He did basically. I was asking him about the whole thing with the Carback saga. Something Rob Love mentioned in his podcast. Apparently, he says a lot of his BS. That's basically what he said about. I think that maybe Rob may have misremembered when he did the episode, so I'm not blaming basically Jim Shooter for basically saying I kind of partially blame Rob Life mismemory. So we also talk about the editors. We talk about the fact that the whole thing with killing of Jean Grey, because I did see him. I did mention the whole thing. I did not mention to him that I did see Chris Claremont's X-Men. The fact that he talked lately about it, it was like all the people surrounding me, and everyone was so fascinated by his stories. Heck, I was the person with him like, why does he have a podcast? And she's like, you're right, he should get a podcast because he's so fascinating. This I got signed by Pierre de Tomasi. He was very happy about this for him to sign. He signed that. Yep. Oh, don't worry, we're not done yet. This one here, I got this signed by Tony S. Daniel. He signed this book here. He did tell me that the reason why he left that book because he runs out of energy after like a dozen issues, so he has to pay off with somebody else. That's the reason why he left the 2 story arcs. This I also got signed by Tony Anthony. This book was a lot of fun. I even love the fact he signed this one. And we're getting there. Don't worry. This I got signed by Craig Kyle. I did not get a chance to see Clancy Crane. He said he was here. I didn't know where he was. I should have asked him where he was. Like I got signed by him. All right, almost done. So, what else I got signed? I didn't buy anything else aside from autographs. So, all right. Oops. Okay, this one got signed by Jeff Lowe. Excuse me. I did ask him about this when it comes to Captain America #1 that he and Rob worked on. What Rob said was definitely true. Rob had a problem with Captain America #1. He sent 50 pages. Like he mentioned in an episode of the show, I talked about it. He says, "Yep, that's all true." The fact that Rob apparently just somehow knew him, despite the fact they never met before. The fact that I did mention I was already reviewing his runs for Cable and X-Force. This I got signed by Jason Aaron. I did mention this. Oh, there was one thing someone told me this, and he told me this was completely untrue. Apparently, She-Hulk was always planned to be in the book. So, according to him, the plan of Hulk was going to be in the book instead of She-Hulk, and Al Ewing had time up, according to Jason Aaron, that's a big fat lie. And the whole thing about Tom King, people misconstrue his runs. He did confirm a lot of stuff people said about his runs were complete bullcrap. Like, the fact that I mentioned that he says give people PTSD. Even he agrees that's bullcrap. The fact that he made Anthony a war criminal, but that was basically cover for the fact he portrayed Earth. Yep, that's what he told me. He told me also that the cover style that the book had, that was all Miss Gerard's idea, which he signed my Batman Catwoman special. Now, he also did confirm me this, that he was originally supposed to do about 100 to 105 issues of Batman, but he had to leave early due to other stuff. So that part was definitely true. I also asked about the famous a story I heard about Grace #1, where he got briefly called by the CIA. He said that was not true. That is a myth. That's completely untrue. So, best out to Grace about this. Let me think here. Oh yeah, Jason Aaron himself. Seemed like he was very appreciative of the fact they adapted his run. He was not a big fan of the changes they made to Gore the God Butcher, but I mentioned, they featured basically those same images of Gore hanging those gods from trees, which is something he did in the book. He seemed like he was appreciative about it, but he doesn't exactly feel happy about the movie. He actually did confirm that it was Taika Waititi's idea to change the face of Gore from having the no nose with nose because holding with connection to Voldemort. That part is completely true. Yes, Jason did confirm that. I told the book was a lot of fun for Avengers, so there's that. This book I got this signed by Craig Kyle, and he actually agrees my opinion about when she went from this to X-23. I told him it was like a step backwards character, and he agreed with me on that part. He also, like, when I mentioned that famous scene from an early issue of X-Men, where it's like, oh, you have powers, and basically Laura's like, I am Wolverine. And Wolverine's like, you tell him, kid. And I also mentioned back her name being Talon. According to Craig Kyle, that was actually her original Spirit code name. Yep. He also did mention the whole thing about the famous thing. You know, if you've ever seen pictures of Laura, she's actually got a claw in her foot. Apparently, according to Craig Kyle, he got inspiration from that from the Jim Henson movie Dark Crystal. Because he refers to Wolverine and Laura as evolved mutants. I'm like, okay. And the fact that this year is 20 years of Laura's debut, and 50 years of Wolverine's debut. I had a great conversation with him about that. Absolutely amazing guy to meet, and I do agree with him about the whole thing. That Chris Justice has been there, but great guy to meet. All right, this I got signed by Mark Guggenheim. Yep, Let's see. I got this signed by him too. I have very good conversation with him too because I did tell him this. I did agree that he shouldn't follow that rating for these movies. Oh, in the case of Tom King, yes, he was supposed to do New Gods movie. That was completely true, and it didn't happen because of DC's chief editorial. And the Supergirl movie is still happening, and they just cast the actress who plays Supergirl. Tom King did confirm that to me. Guggenheim, the fact that I mentioned I watched Arrow from the start, he was very appreciative about it. He actually was understanding my opinions about certain things with the show. Like, I didn't like Count Vertigo, the way they did the show. The fact that he had a blast working with Jeff Johns. The fact he worked with Mark Wolfman on an episode of Christ and Evidence was awesome. And he, along with other people, were upset about the cancellation of Legends of Tomorrow. He was very upset with that. Yes, completely true. He was also upset the cancellation of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., a great comic. Apparently, he's met Clark Gregg, the guy who plays Phil Coulson. Apparently, according to him, the actors of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. love the fact they're the comic version. They absolutely love it. Yes, according to them, they love it. I did mention about Josh Limson. He was very happy that Godspeed appeared on the show. The part I asked about Firestorm, like that Robbie Bell left because he went to the movies. That part is true. Yep, that's something he actually wanted to do. I'm like, okay. The fact that I mentioned to him the fact they practically emptied out the whole cabinet of Jerry comic characters, which yeah, that's kind of true. He did. I apparently the police catches the one of them. Look at with Neil's part. Yeah, that part is completely true. The fact that the O'Neill, the whole thing with O'Neill and Adams Easter egg for Legends of Tomorrow, that was all his idea to do that Easter egg, and also Green Arrow losing his arm in that very same episode thanks to Grant Wilson. He says that the reason they couldn't use Grant Wilson and Joseph because of Titans. I'm like, okay. One show we didn't talk about was Batwoman. Probably because he probably didn't work on it, or probably was embarrassed by it. I didn't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about Arrow, Flash, and Legends of Tomorrow. I regret not talking about Stargirl with him because, but he loved all my opinions about the show. He understood my thing of like, why was it really weird the fact that the opening episode of season 2 was about my view on the opening episode of season 3, where it was like an exact thing of like the opening episode of season 2, where it's like the fact that it was like Queen Cassandra up for sale. And okay, here's the next part is true. The fact that Ray Palmer in the show, played by Brandon Routh, was originally supposed to be Ted Kord. And that's completely all true. Yep, he did confirm that. They couldn't use because it was supposed to be that Booster Go movie. Okay. He also agreed with me in the fact that the Booster Gold on Smallville was awesome. Yes, he did agree with that. The fact that the whole Booster Gold reveal, I didn't see it. I told him I didn't see it, but I did see a picture of it. Even he agreed was a bit disappointing. We talk a lot about. I would say that the one person I talked about a lot there was probably Guggenheim. Like a lot of stuff, because this is the guy who was one of the creators of Arrow. And he also told me the reason why that the last Deathlock book didn't sell very well. Because Deathlock is hard to sell to people. That's the reason why. And I actually told him this. He should have brought that female supporting character from his Deathlock book in this book. And he's like, yeah, I should definitely done that. And the fact that we talk about the opening issue where Grant Wilson is basically piloting a Silver Centurion armor in the first issue. Like, he was like, it's like basically talking to Guggenheim was like a blast talking to him. Like, an amazing guy to meet. Anybody goes to Comic-Con, meet Mark Guggenheim. An absolute amazing guy to meet. Alright, next up we have is from Brian Hitch, which is this right here. Yeah, he worked on 17 issues of this book. Now, I did ask him about the delays of JLA. It's, the way he described it, it was due to some disputes he had with editorial. That was mainly the reason why. and it was supposed to be ongoing. He did tell me that the issues were not really supposed to come out, but the only reason it ended when it did because Rebirth happened. That was the only reason why. He did tell me it was due to the reason why that Ultimates 1 and 2, why those were delayed, was because, as far as I can tell, the reason why is because scheduling issues, maybe. He didn't exactly go into it at all. He did, apparently he has met Joss Whedon. Yes, he's met Joss Whedon. The fact that you sent the Chitauri, he was very happy to use the Chitauri version he drew in the comics. The fact that the Avengers movie was actually inspired by his run. And also, get this, he did not get paid. Now, here's the thing. Did you know that the Hawkeye suit that you saw in Avengers was actually created by Brian Hitch? And he didn't get paid for it. He actually had to get royalty tech for that because that was actually his suit. He designed that one. Yeah, and I did tell him this, that I was not a fan of his Iron Man suit, but I did like Cap and Thor. I love their looks. And he's like, Black Widow's whatever, and he understood my opinions. The fact he's doing red coat, which is really cool. We talked a little bit about Ultimate Invasion, the Ultimate Invasion storyline, the fact he worked with Hickman. A great time talking to the guy. Next up we have is The Shade, which I got this signed by Cully Hammer. Yep, very interesting guy to talk to. Yes, he did see the Blue Beetle movie because he's one of the co-creators of Blue Beetle. I told him to not see it yet, just to have a chance to see it. He loved it. Very interesting guy. It seems like you guys don't think listen to this so far. Like, wait, you talked to Shooter and Mark Guggenheim for a long time. Indeed, true, because they were great guys to talk to. And of course, this finally is the last one. Yeah, it's the last one. I got this signed by Jeff Loeb, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. I didn't talk too much about Loeb because he had a bit of a line, so I talked to him very briefly. So all the guys were there. The only guys I did talk to for a while. Tomasi, I talked to him for a little bit. I kind of theorized with the Sin Sons thing. And apparently he does have the same opinion about a lot of people about John Kemp AIDS up. He's actually one of those people who's actually not happy with it at all. Nope, he is not happy. The fact that I also theorized that Sin's son, like I mentioned this to him, that I have a theory who the mom is. The fact that it's Lisa Dark, due to the fact that it was the last person Sinestro slept with, and I think he kind of like the idea of that. The fact that we talk a little about, apparently he says like Green Lantern's not doing too well, which is kind of weird because it's a really good book. But I love talking to Mossy. One thing I mentioned to Tom King, that I mentioned, I watched Comic Pop, and he really appreciates the fact that I watched his interview he did with Sal, the host of Comic Pop. Trying to think what else. Almost forgot. Pictures. Yep, guys, saw pictures because I did take pictures when I was there. This is actually his name is Dwayne Cameron. Yeah, it's the guy who played Tyzon. Yep. I didn't immediately recognize him because I didn't remember much about the show. So this I got this signed by Colleen Clickenbeard. And I showed her the picture I took with Stephanie Young. The fact of her is a BFF. She was very pleased about that. Lucy! And this time she did not hold the plushie. Nope. Not really. Great person to meet. See again? Yep. Not a fan of that picture. This one I like better. Yep. Was there anything else? I can't think of anything. Sadly, I can't think of anything at all. Nope. Oh, the man pulled. The reason why I wasn't able to get autograph him because he actually, when I was about ready to get stuff out for him, he actually was doing a live interview, recording online. Yep. That was pretty much the thing. Also, when I got in, it was hot. Really, really hot in there. And the AC was on. Like, I even theorized to the cosplayer who was playing Vampirella that the AC knocked over one of her posters. It's like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, we're talking about Amy Chu. What else? Oh, yeah, we talked a little about the fact she's looking forward to Vampirella 6, which apparently she apparently does. She's actually apparently like someone who does like she's like a model who takes pictures, who does like the models for these covers. The fact that Vampirella is an old comic, which yes, I didn't buy anything from her sadly, due to the fact that it was going to cost too much. But one thing I made about the woman, she's very lovely. Yes, very lovely woman. I didn't tell her that, but she did a really good job with the Vampirella cosplay. Heck, I saw someone cosplaying as Chainsaw Man, believe it or not. Yep. And as the Gun Devil. Let's see. I saw someone cosplay as Yamato. Oh, I forgot to mention this. The first guy I met, I didn't buy anything from him. I met the voice actor who plays Kaido. Yep, I did meet him. I had nothing from the sign. I just walked by like, oh, here's, like, it's the same thing with the actor who plays Taizan. But my price so much, I'm like, oh, here's the actor who plays Kaido. What? Yes, seriously. I found randomly a booth. Great guy to talk to, he is. We talk about Kaido. We talk about Gear 5. Talk a little bit. I watched a little bit of RoboCop Alpha Commando. Yeah, he did the voice of RoboCop on that show. Daily Impression by Peter Weller, who played the actor. He didn't really fill it at all. The fact he filled his shoes, he just did his own thing. Apparently, people really remember the show. The fact he also did voiceover for the Transformers Rise of the Beast movie, which I still haven't seen yet. Yeah. That's it I can think of. Yeah. So, I'm going to end it here. So, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on notifications. And please do not hit that dislike button. So, I do not have more time than videos tonight. So, expect videos tomorrow on Spaceship Shivan. And about 4 comic corners. Okay? Next video. Bye.